Okay, so this week we're going to have a look at something called double exposure photography. In the old days, with just film cameras, then what you had to do was to set up a scene, take a shot, but not move the film on, and then find a second scene and take a second shot over the first one. So it was a double exposure on the same piece of film. So there's a much easier way of doing it now online. So we're going to have a look at that today. We're going to need two images. The first one is going to be a black and white silhouette, or at least a strong silhouette, not necessarily black and white, but at least a good strong silhouette. So this is the one I've gone for. So I've got that, and then we're going to add a second layer to it, and the second layer should be. It works quite well with flowers, or with clouds, or with leaves, or with tree branches. So sort of like natural shot with patterns all over it. So I've gone for this one here, just some leaves, and I'm going to go back to my picture here, and I'm going to add a layer from the URL. So let's do that. Okay. You can see that my layer doesn't quite fit onto the background image, so I'm going to have to play about with it a bit. So I'm going to go to Edit, Free Transform, which I think we did ages ago in week 1. And then I'll just play about with this size a bit until it overlaps. Okay, so that seems to overlap the first one, that's fine. So make sure they're overlapping. Now there's a new tool here. Let's enter that. There's a new tool over here which we've not used before, which is down in the layers box over here, and in the bottom right corner. If I click on that, it gives me a choice of various things I can do with the layers. There's a variety of things in the drop-down menu. You can play with a variety of them. For this particular effect, the ones that work best are, you scroll down, the screen and lighten. So I'm just going to go for screen to start with. Okay. So you can see that the background starts to come through a bit. So I'm going to tone this down a bit. So play with lighten. Okay. Right, it's okay, it's not bad. So could play with the screen. Alright, so you can start to see the effect that we're trying to get. We get this this double image, one image merging with the other image. It's quite a surreal effect. I mean, it's not meant to be a realistic shot. You can also play about with two layers. So if you go to the background layer, if you double click this, you can edit it. So I'm going to double click that, and let's have a look at some of the filter it on, some contrast. Sometimes if you can lighten up the background layer and also particularly increase the contrast. It makes the lights light and the darks dark. So let's have a look at that. Okay, so we're starting to see the effect. So you can get some quite nice images. I'll put on the email. There's a link to a blog and a guy's done a few examples of these. So you can see my example. You can see how it works, and you can also have a look at his blog and have a play. And that's what you're trying to get. So I need your background and foreground images and your mixed image in for this Friday, which is the 17th, is it? 17th, I think. Okay, thank you very much. Have a good week.